Finally, the next generation is here. Albeit a week later in Europe because Sony wanted to blueball me like a frigid girlfriend. However, when Bossman turned up on Thursday morning to deliver me my sweet release from the blue balls, I instantly booted up Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I loaded in quicker than the Chinese government will steal your third child. The first thing I notice about this game is how incredible the character models look. I mean, I can literally see Miles' ancestors in his paws, there's that much detail. If you're unaware, Miles Morales got bitten by a radioactive spider, so now his day job is being Spider-Man, helping out Peter Parker across New York. Which means when duty calls, we have to go, even prioritising it over getting some coconut milk for my mum. As the Spider-Man apprentice, I've got to prove to Peter Parker I'm worthy of the title. So that's why when we're helping escort this prison convoy across the city, I decide to web up to the helicopter propeller and nearly get grated up like some extra mature cheese. Really proving I know what I'm doing with this whole Spider-Man thing. Because of this, the container and helicopter smash through the streets, causing the New York City Council a fair bit of stress and money, because now an entire street has got to have its road repaired, and well, none of this would have happened if we didn't just web onto the propellers. Rhino, aka the Russian steroid juicer, who was providing for the entire Olympic team, busts out of the container, so Peter takes care of him while I take care of the generic goons. I'm on the hardest difficulty because I have to make up for my lack of penis mass by proving how good I am at video games. So obviously, to defeat the enemies, I have to beat them harder than my stepdad beat his meat to his vintage Playboy collection whenever my mum went out food shopping. How do I know that, you ask? Well, it's a proven fact that beating your meat with family members is a strong bonding activity. Well, at least that's what he told me anyway. Peter's having quite a bit of trouble with Rhino, causing New York even more damage, and I'm beginning to think this whole situation would have just been better if I'd have just grabbed the coconut milk for my mum and went home. But alas, it was time for me to prove how good I am at being Spider-Man by taking the reins from Peter. Literally. I was riding this juiced up Russian lad who takes cosplay a bit too seriously through the local mall, and obviously was aiming to hit as many people as possible, especially the children. Me and Peter double team Rhino in an attempt to stop this rampage, but we just end up leading him into a huge flammable tank, and there goes the power for the whole city. Yeah, we really should have just not got involved here. Peter's hurt pretty bad, so it's my duty to step up and protect my bro. Stepping up for my bro, kind of like a step bro, except when he's stuck in the washing machine, I actually help him get out. I take a wild swing at Rhino, and luckily we somehow power this Superman punch. Can I say that? I mean, it's called a Superman punch what he did, but is that allowed in a video about a Marvel superhero? Anyway, we now have bioelectricity coursing through our veins, and I guess it's a good thing we discovered this while fighting a boss, and not while getting frisky in the bedroom. We bring home a date after a romantic evening, slide their jeans off, slide on the rubbers, and boom. We've sent 50,000 volts through their body, and now we've got a dead person lying in our bed. Not exactly the ideal end to the night I had in mind. So we beat Rhino down until he's in a spiral of endless seizures due to the electricity running through him, and just as we get the job done, guards for a company called Roxxon turn up on the scene with their boss man Simon Krieger.
Simon Krieger, head of R&D at Roxxon Energy. Pleasure to meet you.
You too. Sorry. I think our ball landed in your yard.
No. Actually did us a favor. We just bought the place. We're planning to tear it down for a build. But looks like you beat us to it. I wanted to thank you.
Oh, great. It's Troy Baker with his natural voice. Whenever Troy Baker voice acts with his natural voice, you know he's going to end up being a schemy bad guy. Troy Baker says him and his Roxxon boys have got the cleanup under control, so me and Peter dip out and decide to chill on the rooftop, where Peter reveals to us that he's going to be heading off to Europe with MJ for a few weeks. Clearly he got the bros before hoes memo mixed up, as he even tries to buy me a present to make up for leaving. If it was a diamond necklace or step-by-step instructions on how to build a communist empire, I could have forgiven him. But it's just a new suit that screams B-Tech Spider-Man. It's literally just some pajamas with elbow pads and knee pads. My boy done me dirty. My first job in the new pajamas was to investigate a disturbance at the Roxxon facility. I meet some new enemies, who I will give an A for effort for costume design. They look great, and not to mention trend with the times as well, as they're wearing the appropriate face masks. So I politely beat them up, as I respect the fashion sense, but they were also coming at me pretty aggressively and trying to steal Roxxon's new energy form, New Form. While Roxxon and Mr. Troy Baker himself may seem like douches, they're not the bad guys. Just yet. So, with this new purple-wearing, mask-repping group, I guess I've got a bigger problem on my hands than just fighting petty criminals and hospitalizing them with serious injuries. We'll worry about that tomorrow though, as I've got to head home because it's Christmas Eve and Mum is whipping up something pretty delightful. My best friend Genki, who knows I'm Spider-Man, is also staying over, and honestly, I think it's pretty cold of Miles to make him sleep at the bottom of the bed in a thin sleeping bag. Real homies share the bed and a spoon to preserve warmth. My mum's also invited my other best friend Finn over, and I'm going to avoid making sexual jokes here because I'm unaware of her age, and when I do inevitably get cancelled, I want it to be for a joke that was completely worth it. We all have a pretty wholesome Christmas night, and I even splash Finn with some water, so there's definitely some chemistry there. In the morning though, it's straight back to business, as Spider-Man has no days off, and Genki has created me a new app where people can put in their requests for me, kind of like an OnlyFans, but it's free and I actually have talent. The first request I get through the app is from my uncle. He has no idea I'm Spider-Man, so this is pretty awkward as I've got a 30-foot restraining order from him. Nah, just kidding. Miles has a much healthier relationship with his uncle than I do with mine. Uncle Aaron is a hard-working man that helps out operating the New York subway, or the B-Tech version of the tube as we call it here in England. His line isn't working, so I go check out what's going on, and it's these pesky purple lads, ladies, and possibly non-binaries again. I thought they wanted to steal the new form, but now they're here messing with the train line? Go ahead, steal an extremely powerful new energy supply, but don't you dare make the people of New York have to walk. That's just not on. Also, about what I said earlier, no one in England really calls the subway a B-Tech version of the tube. I'm just trying to widen my audience, so I wanted to see if I could get some heated train enthusiasts in the comment section. I fixed the line, and my uncle is extremely grateful, so he has a little reward for Spider-Man, which is real cute.
1 year unlimited subway pass.
Thanks.
Did I get the name right?
How did you... okay, gotta go.
Hold up, Miles. Don't worry. I won't tell your mom.
Promise?
Promise.
Wow, what a cool guy Uncle Aaron is. I feel like uncles are either one of two types. The cool type, like Miles is, or the molester type, like mine. There's no in between really. Also, I don't really know why Spider-Man needs unlimited free subway rides, but it's the thought that counts, I guess. When my mum was younger, she was really into the debate team at school, so yeah, now she's running for mayor of the city. Being her son, we're obliged to attend her rally, which is an absolute snooze fest, but fortunately, the rally gets raided by the Purple Group and their leader, the Tinkerer, who reveals that they're actually called the Underground. They sound more like a terrible YouTuber house than a threatening group, but I guess they blew all their budget on the costume design and the name was just an afterthought. Yes, I am also wearing a new suit, thank you for noticing. I've gone for the closey Christmas Spider-Man sweater to match the festive time of year and those fresh Timberlands. My uncle informs me that there's a standoff between Roxxon and the Underground at the bridge, so I make my way there. And my attempt to solve this conflict with kind words works right up until the Tinkerer shows up and decides to roundhouse me. This is more upsetting than the time someone bought me a fake plant and it still somehow died. Literally nothing wants to be around me. The Tinkerer steals some new form, so I hit them with my venom powers, which makes their mask malfunction, and wow, the Tinkerer is Finn. What an absolute queen. She's not even 18 yet, and she's leading a terrorist organization. You go, girl. She's also got a hell of a right hook, as she punches me into the new form truck, and well, my venom powers just caused this whole thing to explode, and now the bridge is coming down. First the whole Rhino situation, now this. I'm convinced we're not actually making things better when we turn up. Many innocent people will now die because our venom powers made the new form truck blow up. But on the bright side, at least I now have 2 full bars of venom powers rather than just the 1. The bridge is coming apart, so I've got to do some Spider-Man stuff and save everyone I possibly can. It's not easy being a hero. No, like literally, it's not that it's hard work, it's just that it's hard for me to actually save people rather than just laugh while I watch them fall off the bridge. When everyone is safe though, apart from the one child which I booted off for my entertainment, Miles realizes that this whole situation was his fault. And even Roxxon turn on Miles. Their guns are aiming and they're about to turn me into a Swiss cheese slice. But just as they get close, we turn invisible. This has me absolutely gassed because not only did it just save my life, I'm finally going to stop getting in trouble for watching people through their window. Blaming ourselves for everything, having our best friend as the leader of the group we needed to defeat, and no Peter to advise us on what to do. It's safe to say the depression right now was hitting us harder than Toy Story 3's ending. But Genki, being the great guy he is, motivated us to get up and make our own unique Spider-Man suit. Because we are Spider-Man. We're not just Peter's helper. So we were no longer the B-Tech, we were now the equivalent. I'm not even joking, this scene genuinely gave me chills when I first watched it. The music fit so perfectly and it just felt like a real moment for Miles. But unfortunately I can't show you guys the raw scene because I'm good and I don't want a DMCA for the music. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do want to see more Miles Morales, let us know. It's not a very long game, so there'll be one that I can easily do in a short little YouTube series. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. A big thank you as always to those of you who have clicked the join button and become a member of the channel, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye. I would like to just give a huge shout out to my motherload Voiy Boys and above, Gerardo Cruz, Björn van den Hatter, Charlie Waldock, and Voy is Gay. Thank you guys for your support.